Xenoblade 2 is my favourite game of all time, but it is a heavily flawed game, and that is well known. So I wanted to make a video going over some of the changes I would like to see to the game if they were to make a definitive edition like they did for Xenoblade 1. So first up would be redone tutorials, because everyone knows Xenoblade 2's tutorials were horrible. So to fix this, obviously redo them, remake them, make them more informative. Also make us have the ability to review the tutorials, like they added in Xenoblade 3 and actually in Torna, the DLC for 2. Why they didn't go back and add this in 2 is beyond me. Add a training mode like Xenoblade 3 has, and then force you to follow the tutorial like Xenoblade 3 does. But make that optional, because it does get annoying on repeat playthroughs. Next up, I think they should change character designs. I think this is a pretty obvious one too. Like, some characters won't need it, like Nia, Morag, Zeke, like loads of the main party members that aren't Blades have amazing designs, and I think they can stay as is, maybe a few minor changes to make it updated with like graphics or whatever. But like, they don't have to be complete redesigns for like the Blades either. For example, for Pyra, make her shorts just longer, add more to the top and bottom of them, and you've got a good design there. For Mithra's skirt dress thing, make it longer, simple as. Make the tights part of the core design, not optional. You know, simple things like that. Number 3, slightly rewrite the story. I mean, very slightly. So like, change some of the weirder scenes, you know, the ones that mainly Tora is involved in chapter 2 and 4, particularly like Poppy's awakening.
Poppy?
How may I be of service, Master?
Wait a minute! Oh, forget you see that!
Cut out the first awakening scene and just include the one where she just wakes up normally. Also, I think everyone would agree that it needs redone voice acting. Some parts of it, like late game, the voice acting is amazing, I think personally. I'm on about English now. But early game, for example, Rex's screams during chapter 1, they play the same sound 3 times, and it's not a good yell. You know, the race car yell that everyone knows. And, you know, just general improves to the animation. All would go under kind of a rewritten story / cutscenes and all that. Number 4, improved UI, because it could do with a bit of a better layout. The layout was still fine in the main game, but just make it a bit clearer for people, you know? And then make the UI faster. This is a problem that I feel is so prominent in the game. You click into like the character menu, for example, and it takes a good second or two for it to go from that selection screen to the next menu, which would be where you select like either the driver or your blades. It takes too long, so it could do with, you know, quickening that up. Also, in the UI, instead of just having that one artwork that would cover everything, you know, like they'd have that one official art for Rex in every menu that he's featured in. Add some different artworks for like the driver affinity trees and the weapon, and like, you know, you get what I mean. Just add different artworks for the different sections in the menu, because it looks a bit weird just seeing the one picture the whole time, just different zooms. And lastly, a way to guarantee rare blades in the late game. This could be done simply through maybe adding a mythical or mythic core crystal, and it could drop from like the super bosses of the game, for example. Or late game there could be quests that guarantee like a Cosmos crystal drop. That could work too. Or if you already have the rare blade in there, you just get a mythic crystal or whatever. Because I like the RNG for like the start of a playthrough, when it makes the playthrough feel a bit different, if you get what I mean. But in the late game, it can be very annoying trying to get Cosmos or the new Game Plus blades, like Akos, for example. Or they could be added as challenge battle rewards, because if they were to re-release the game, it would obviously come with the DLC included. There's no way they'd get away with making it you have to pay for the DLC again. I think these are simple ways just to make the gameplay loop a little bit more enjoyable. So yeah, that's what I would want to see added to my favorite game of all time in a re-release, with obviously some things go without explaining, like graphical upgrades, performance upgrades, because Xenoblade 2 is notorious for its resolution. But besides that, I think that's all the game would really need to be near perfection, because it is still a very solid game as is, but just a few flaws that could be fixed, and it would be great. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys another time.